Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. On the previous video I had posted, I had asked for y'all to leave a like if y'all want to see more installation videos, and y'all left 4 likes. That's a lot of likes. Y'all had me at 1, but anyways, I got some stuff delivered the other day and I'm trying to get it outside the house, and I didn't want to move it into the garage until I got this other stuff in here. Let me show y'all what I got going on. We're gonna be installing a ATI super dampener today, and this is gonna be the reason I don't want this inside the house anymore. I think I might have overdone myself, as these might be a little too big, but it is what it is. I got some tires here. I doubt that they're gonna go on easy. They're really wide, but it's the only thing I can think of to cure the issue that I'm having with traction. But anyways, I guess I'm gonna try to get, I have a lightweight pulley installed, but I'm gonna go ahead and I guess we'll do some time traveling today, and that way I can talk about the pulleys all at once, and we'll see what we got going on. Alright guys, look like we made it into the future. Damn, it's dark and cold. Anyway, looks here like we have our lightweight pulley, our OEM pulley. Let me set this over here. And then the ATI super damper. Let's go ahead and open this up, see what's in the box. We got a few stickers, some installation instructions. I guess it's showing you how to put everything together. And looks like another sticker. And wow, this is heavy. The damper itself. This is gonna be the one that's a 4% smaller. I got this from Concept Z. Z1 sells one as well, but theirs is the OEM size, but that one actually requires a dry sump. If I remember correctly, it has where the belt goes, and then on the back side it has another round section that goes to it, so the dipstick is not going to clear. And then we have the lightweight. This is actually, I don't know how to explain it compared to OEM. It's a whole lot more solid. I guess let me read this off right quick from a website. This website is going to be not from a Stellan itself. This is the Stellan lightweight, but it's going to be from a lightweight pulley. It says a well-maintained engine with bolt-ons on low boost will most owners probably run a lightweight aluminum crank pulley will not have any life-threatening consequences. The engineering reasons are the most modern engines that have a short, increasing strong crankshaft operating under 8,000 RPMs. The dangerous second harmonic that can cause damage occur at RPM at a sort of engine we'll never see. In the area around 10,000 RPM, even the OEM damper is not tuned for this kind of situation above 10,000 RPM, so the argument is pretty much pointless. The great majority of customers do not run 500 horsepower or run in the 10,000 RPM range. With that being said, I guess this would be good for you to run if you're running NA, maybe up to 400 horses. But I mean, if you want to play it safe, you could go ahead and stick with this one. Let me see if I can find my light. This one had about 25,000 miles on it, if you can see the rubber around it. It's starting to crack, but I mean, it is a 10-year-old car, so I'm not sure if that would even hold up. It is, I mean, it does get brittle over time. Probably same thing on this side. Both sides have one. Yeah, it got cracked all the way around, and this is actually supposed to absorb it. Whether that's true or not, I'm not sure. Let me go ahead and take it out. Alright, this is a 4% smaller. They said it shouldn't affect anything. as it's well, not 4% smaller. I'm talking about revolution wise. I guess putting this side by side, get a look at it. I guess it is kind of a bit noticeable, but they say you could keep your original belts and it shouldn't be an issue. That's about the size difference, but I guess once it's centered, it comes up about half of that. It'd be about that much right there. I don't know if it'll make you are underdriving the system a little bit. It says by 4%, but like I said, the OEM, which is a 5.7, I believe, inches. You're gonna need a dry sump for that one, or the dipstick, and this is the 5.5. So I decided to go with this one just for the fact that I'm trying to stick to keeping the car as street drivable as possible, to where I don't have any issues and I could check everything that I need. And let's measure the backside right quick. Take a look at this. Alright guys, here we have the OEM. On the outer diameter, it's going to come in about 1.88. The Stellan lightweight is 1.89. And then the ATI is going to come in at 1.8. I think it's about the same as the 1.88 as well. And on the inner diameter, so these two are going to be the same, and this is going to be a little bit bigger on the outer. The inside, it is 1.25. I'll just do it this way. On this one, it is going to be, I'm getting 1.24, and the one we're going to be installing, 1.21. Let me double check. 1.24. Moving a little too fast, but looking at it, it's a 1.23. So these two are really close, and I keep it that way, so this is pretty much a direct fit. All we got to do is line up the moon key up in there, and it should be good to go. Let's go ahead and do that. Or actually, let's put this back the way it was. Alright guys, I think I got this back the way it was. Let's go ahead and jump back into the past and get started on this installation. Hey guys, welcome back from the future. Hopefully everything went well. As you can see, I don't have that many tools. Only got a selected few tools laying around, and things didn't go as planned. What I ended up doing, I hate that I skipped this part, but it'd probably be for the better. I ended up using a breaker bar, and the size you're gonna need is a 19 mil. I ended up using a high impact socket, and what I did right under here, I ended up putting it on the pulley, and do this once again. Give me just a second, guys. Alright, I put the pulley, or the socket, about right there, and it was about that much off the ground, not much. And what I did was try to crank it over, and it hit about right there. As you can tell, it was about just that much. It don't take much. I went to start it, and as soon as I heard the starter kick on, I released the clutch pedal so the car wouldn't come on, and that was enough to break this bolt. It didn't take much to break this bolt off. As you can see, I don't know if you can tell, but it is spinning. It's already handy. Once it's broke, it's good. On to the next step. Alright guys, for this next step, you're going to be using a 3/8 ratchet. Just the ratchet itself. I find it easier to do it underneath the car. But what you're going to be doing is you have the tensioner. It has this little slot right here. You're going to be putting sliding it in place, and once you get it in there, you're going to be pulling it, I guess it'd be counterclockwise, this direction, to give it some slack. And then on top it has 2 holes, which I ended up using a hex key or an Allen wrench. Someone can help you slide that in there. This is going to be where the socket's at, and this is actually, it's a little blurry. This is where the socket's at, and this little section is going to be about right here. When you pull it up, it's going to line up with the back side. Then you can slide a key to hold it in place, and once that is in place, you can go ahead and slide the belt off. Alright guys, once you got the belt off, you're going to want to check all your pulleys. Make sure they're not supposed to turn freely. So if I were to, you see how they stop? This one stops right there. That's what you wanted to do. Now that the belt's off, you can actually check all your pulleys, make sure everything's good. Go from pulley to pulley. This one feels good too. Now this bottom one, you see how that spins freely? That's gonna need to get replaced. You hear that clicking? That's already on its way out. You can see right there it has a little bit of play. So I'll be replacing that one. This one is spinning freely as well. I don't hear any clicking, but it does have play in it as well. The belt that was on there should have stretched out as much as it's going to now. Let me see if I can get the right angle. Got the alternator. That one's still good. Try to wiggle around the AC compressor. That one's still good as well. And of course, this is a crankshaft. This is about to come out here in a little bit. And this is the other one that was bad. I'm pretty sure you can hear that clicking. They were under a lot of tension with this new belt, but as you can see, once I took the tensioner off, released it, see all that play right there? Once I took that off, you saw how easy the belt came off, so I'm pretty sure it stretched out as much as it's going to, so now would be a good time to replace the pulleys. I don't think they're going to be under that much tension anymore. Let's go ahead and get the crankshaft, the pulley off for the crankshaft. I'm not sure how hard this is going to be to take off. The OEM one that was on there, I unscrewed the bolt, and I was actually able to pull it off by hand, and this was actually a whole lot snugger fit. Take the bolt off and see if this is going to want to come out or not. Oh, I got a little bit of movement. Let me go ahead and put the camera down and see if I could just pull it out by hand. Well guys, here I am in the middle of the night. What I ended up doing was, let me see where we're at, using this wrench right here and actually getting behind it. Oh. Through here, and I actually started pulling on the pulley itself, and I was turning the pulley, go to the next notch, pushing down to turn the crank, next notch, and now I got a little bit of very little play to where I move it, you could barely feel it, so I'm just gonna start wiggling around and see if it comes out. I want to get this on video. It's been many moons. I want to celebrate this moment with you. It's almost out, and get a good angle. Let's try that. Ah, there we go, guys. There you have it. And that is the longest I have ever taken to take one of these off. But then again, it's a Nissan. or should I say infinity. Max clean. Finally got this off. I was planning on reselling it, but it's a little too late for that. It took a beating coming out. I'm gonna set these up. Got that one. Set it there. I guess I'll set the whole box here and get the other one. I actually had it in front of me the whole time. This is the OEM, and then this is the one we're going to be installing, and this is the one I had on there. Let me get the hell out of here because I can't even think anymore. My past self is going to be walking out through that door and explaining what those pulley means, and I don't want to interfere with that. It is skin 30, so be right back. Alright guys, this is worth it. Let me see if I can point that out for you. I'm pretty sure y'all can see it fine from there, but just in case, this is going to be the little slot. Oh, the light's in the way. Set the Alright guys, this is going to be the little slot I was telling you about right here. That's going to have to line up with the pulley itself. Oh yeah, that's a good image. You can actually see the chain in there. But yeah, that slot's going to end up lining up with this groove right here, so make sure you have that lined up before you try to slide it in. If not, it's not going to go in. Alright, I think the easiest way to go about this is go ahead and put your bolt back in there. Go back a little bit and start spinning it. And right there you'll feel it sit. That's how you know when it's in the groove. From there, just tighten up that bolt and it should push it in nice and slow. Alright guys, before sliding this in, if you want to go ahead and lube this up, as well as on the inside where it's going to be slided into, I went ahead and put it in dry because I like it to hurt every once in a while, but everything else is hurting besides what I want. Anyway, yeah, lube this area up right here where it's going to slide into the seal. And on the inside, I was trying to make it to where I didn't get any oil here so it don't drip out. But the best thing you're going to, sorry, I got something in my mouth. What you're gonna want to use is like some grease or something. Make sure you don't put too much because that's going to go straight into the oil pan or mix in with your oil. Either if you're going to put that, go ahead and get an oil change right afterward, or very, very lightly, just a really small film to get it to slide in there. I've been going at it maybe for like 20 minutes. I can't get this in. I know it's a tight fit, but the tighter the better, because I mean, the more vibration, or not the more vibration, the vibration it has, it will be absorbed by this for the fact that it's a really, really tight fit. Alright guys, I'm on day 7 and I'm still down here. I don't know why, but anyways, I ran into a small problem, which was when I was turning the crankshaft bolt. See if I could get the socket in there. The whole pulley would turn. So what I ended up doing was I had to take the cover off from right here, which is going to be this one right here. And this is a manual car, and it has a little cover right here for the transmission. So when I turn this, the crank bolt, you can see the flywheel spin. Right there, what I ended up doing is just taking that cover off and putting a screwdriver on one of these teeth, like so, and just apply just a little pressure. It doesn't take much to hold the flywheel from spinning. From there, I was using one hand to turn that bolt and the other one to hold this flywheel, and I got it to make up right where it needs to be. So I believe it's torqued down to anywhere from 30 to 35 foot-pounds. And then you add another 60 to 90 degree turns and you should be good. You should be fine. Alright guys, I'm going to be changing out the grooved idler pulley next and the smooth idler. I believe this is the one that's making the belt squeal, the issue I'm having. You can hear the clicking, so pretty sure the bearings in here are going bad. This one has some play in it as well. Might as well change it out. I'm going to wait on the tensioner pulley. That one's a little bit pricey. I see what changing these two out. I mean, it's gonna be pretty self-explanatory. Just find the right socket size for these and pull them out, and we'll see the difference in them. Alright guys, here's a new one. Doesn't spin as quick, and there's hardly any play as much as the last one. This one I left the same because the new one actually had just as much play as this one, so I guess it's supposed to sit like that. But anyway, I hope that takes care of the belt squeaking I'm having. Alright guys, the belt's back on. It actually does have some slack. You can slide it in and out pretty easy now. Hopefully the tensioner can do its job, and it might have a little bit, well, it was already loose. It had already loosened up quite a bit, but the fact that we put a harmonic dampener on it as well might have caused a little bit of that issue as well, but hopefully the tensioner can hold it in place. Hey guys, I just want to bring something up to y'all's attention. I had seen the battery. It had some acid laying around where the battery sits. You can see it through just looking at it. I went ahead and removed it and got it cleaned up. It was pretty bad, but right where it sits, you can see the acid just where the battery is. If it's leaking, it'll seep through, and you got a bunch of wires right there. So I mean, if you see any kind of acid or corrosion on the bottom of that tray, you might want to take a look at it before it eats through any of your wires. I guess that's a bad place to put some wires rather than the battery, but anyways. Alright guys, I finally finished putting on the crank pulley dampener, and I would recommend it if you're pushing 600 plus. I thought I was gonna have some belt issues slipping, but everything worked out pretty good. So here's a quick pull. So the belt's holding on there pretty good, so we're all set.